Hello, good morning, happy Friday. Thank you so much for joining me for another Saints and Angels Oracle deck reading for this week to come. It is our final Friday here in October. It's the 25th, 2024, in case you're watching this in the future, catching this sometime later, not live. Thanks for joining. It's been a really long but exciting and eventful month, certainly. Looking forward to seeing what we've got to come up. I'm sure it's just going to keep gaining in amplification and momentum. But here we are at this sort of final week, so we'll see what our Saints and Angels have in store for us under the same theme that we have been working on, of course, which is the Six of Cups reversed for this month. If you are new or you missed readings earlier in the month or maybe missing some of my videos because they're not on my channel anymore, or you don't, I'm on my backup channel, or if you're finding these randomly on BitChute, I've been sometimes missing posting them now since everything's not crossing over completely. Best place to always find me is Telegram if you use that platform, because I post all the links to different platforms and content or whatever there, and always, so that's the best place to find me, or my website, but my website mostly just if you want to contact me. Anyways, point being, I don't know why all of a sudden I've gotten off on selling myself thing here. We're here for card reading, right? For our wonderful Friday routine, sitting down, becoming a good audience together to share space so that we can hear what our beautiful saints and angels would like to share with us, right? So I've already got my Palo Santo going, and I'm going to have a sip of my water here. And I'm going to lead us in just a quieting, quick kind of grounding meditation here because, my throat's a little wonky and don't want to end up coughing or having to clear my throat a lot. So bear with me and thank you for listening, even though it might not even sound that pleasant. Sorry for that in advance. But thank you, as always, for joining. And we're here, to hear from the cards anyway, right? So let's get comfortable for a minute here. And don't worry, of course, like I said, this isn't like hypnosis. You could do whatever you're doing if you're driving or the dishes or whatever, right? We are looking to just quiet down, make a center point, to sit around it together and get ready to listen better and more consciously. So in order to do that, I have found, closing the eyes and literally telling my body and myself to calm down for a few minutes is necessary work. And it really, really helps. And so I always incorporate this at the start. And of course, in my life in general, right? So thanks for joining, and thanks for walking through this with me. I'm going to close my eyes. You can too. If you don't want to, you can watch the video, certainly. That's fine. Or you could just relax your gaze, sort of gently past your nose, right? The point is that we are trying to lessen distractions from external input and focus on the internal world, on your own space, right, for a moment. So here we go. Closing the eyes, breathing, taking a moment to yourself to find your own comfortable breath at a comfortable pace. Seeing what your body needs, maybe shifting in your seat, or rolling your shoulders or your neck. Feel the quality of your breath and notice what each breath tells you it needs. Is the inhale easy and light, or does it need to be deep and long? Is the exhale a sigh out of release, or is it a rising up of steam? Every way, each way is right in its own way. Let it be its own way. And just observe. Learning this observation allows us to learn to listen better. When we can listen better, we can serve each breath the best. Each one anew. Letting it be a new breath. Doesn't need to be breathed just the same time or amount or way as that last one. Maybe it flows and goes to a new place and space within you. Sometimes to the shoulders, sometimes to the toes, sometimes, yes, I'm going to say it, even to the nose. I can't help but rhyme sometimes. That flow, it just catches. It's so obvious. It sits just humming a song in the back. So funny how these things come in. And we can choose to align with them or not in the moment. How I used to just keep those little inputs quiet and not even express them. Now I don't care. Maybe people will just stare. And that's fine. It's fair. Let it go, right? And connect back with the breath again. In the moment of quieting, residing, and being of who you are in the moment, just being. Learning to listen to each breath, letting that breath express itself freely. That's the first steps and stages and phases of allowing yourself to express freely and openly, to love and give freely and openly, to be a good listener and a good audience. And isn't that what we're here for? And isn't it so beautiful that we can practice first with the self, giving here in an inward working, directly, attention, love, listening, appreciation, undying admiration, and attention radiance inwards. So grateful to just observe, to be seen, watched, known, heard, to let each breath know that you are there with it and that it's there with you. It's actually serving you. The universe of you inside, that breath is giving life to, carrying death away from, right? The used up toxins, the old debris, the CO2 on the out breath, new oxygen, nitrogen, all these things, hydrogen on the in breath. Let's just spend a moment giving thanks for the beautiful function of breathing in the respiratory system, the organ systems, the lungs, the heart, the veins, the circulatory system, the energetics, all of that muscle and tissue and fat doing great work for you, for the breath, for the spirit, the mind and the body. Maybe you might bring your hands together in prayer or to your heart center. Give yourself a hug for a minute, even if it feels good, or crack your shoulders as mine are. Maybe just feel your hands and feet more firmly. Feel the way you are sitting upon your place in your space, in your world, today and now. Breathe into it, breathe life into your space, and give thanks with those breaths. And with the out breath, know that you're offering out to the eternal service and the working, to the whole out there, so many useful bits and pieces that they need, that are called forth out there, that are uniting with their destiny, with their callings, with their new useful purposes, as you let them go. And breathe in new, that which is for you, fresh, on the in-breath. So different from the out-breath. Remember, don't try to make them the same. Let them be as they are. Do the work they're destined to do. And give way to the cycles that they're meant to give way to the partnerships that they're a part of. To receive what they need and give where is meant to be given. The breath is a mentor. It is a role model. It's the exercise that helps us gain muscle in teaching so that we could do these practices in other ways. We can let go of spaces and places and people, just like we let go of breaths we no longer need. Doesn't mean they're not free to be out there in the universe, in the ether, doing their own things. Free, unentangled, unencompassed by you, unencumbered. They have desires and needs and implications elsewhere, and that is perfectly fine. For we need to be free to take in new breath, do new work in the places and spaces in our new realities. Right? We want to be free and move freely, offer what is within us freely and rightly, transparency and honesty and love, aligning with what feels right in our moments, what feels good and useful. We don't want to be caged and trapped. We don't want to have to make every breath match the same pace, like I said at the start. Sometimes it has a use, certainly not in every moment. So let's remember that as we come back to the present moment and get ready to open our eyes and become a good audience. And as the bell rings and the music, ring my own bell. Celebratory little ring on the 5th stroke. How perfect. And what a wonderful day to have a reading on the 25th. It comes together as a 7, a wise coming together, the meeting of the 2 and the 5. Under the 6 of Cups reversed. Wow. What energetic, what disruptive, catalytic kind of bubbling energies. What change and chasing moments sort of in the wildness of the chase, of the adventure, of the synchronicities and the conscious awareness of flowing through and moving through each moment. And knowing there's a wisdom to that, and there's a perseverance to be found through that. The 6 and the 7 are really found within these vibrant numbers, right? Wow. And how facing the reversal of the 6 all month really prepares us into 7 too, you know. Prepares us more into a greater degree of mastery that can be approached and can be eventually attained through the disruptions and the upsets and the inversions and the distortions that come with the reversals of the 6 of Cups. So interested to hear, and thank you so much for your audience and energy. Saints and angels, God, Source, Mother Earth, the Ascended Masters, higher selves, our ancient ones, our ancestors, those in spirit, higher densities and dimensions, all those who witness our journey here and who, although are a part of their own very distinct journey, are also so distinctly a part of our journey and the great journey as one. We thank you for your ever-present moments, for your conscious receptivities, for your communion space and audience. As we lend our ears, eyes and hearts, our minds, souls and spirits, we thank you as we sit to listen and ask for a beautiful card to come through divination here in this practice. Guidance, support, or advice for our week to come here, last week in October. Collectively and individually, what we could look to guide us, like a beautiful star, to ground us, like a beautiful earth. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Okay, I'm going to shuffle. I think I'm going to knock and cut. Huh. Heaven is watching over you with your guardian angel. Oh, I love this card. This is such a beautiful card. Such a wonderful reminder. I love the childlike reminder, of reminding that we are like childlike in ourselves, in the eyes of God and in the eyes of our higher selves, in our guardian angels and in the angels who watch over us. And in that sense, yes, it's such a wonderful reminder and working in itself to know that. But also, sometimes we struggle to even get there. We struggle to understand what unconditional love is or can be. And when we have children around us, they are such direct examples of it, and they inspire within us. They birth within us such a strong feeling of it, you know. They're little beacons of love, they really are. And so if we're struggling to understand unconditional love and work in that in our own ways, sometimes it's helpful to remember a child around you, or a child that you love, or when your children were that small perhaps. That can really sort of inspire that same direct remembrance. Hey, I'm going to read the card quickly here. 41. Rest assured that God and your guardian angels are watching over you and your loved ones. You're very loved, and you're not alone in this situation, or ever. Thank you. You and those dear to you have powerful helpers surrounding you at all times. This is a message for you to release any worries to heaven. There is simply nothing for you to fear. I think of Narnia and Aslan, no fear. Besides, worry never helped improve anyone or anything. Better approach is to pray and ask for help. Then allow heaven to help you. That's so important, right? It's so important to stop and listen, to allow the help to be received. You deserve divine help, support, and protection. As you and your loved ones sleep, angels are watching over you. Guardian angels protect your home, health, and well-being. Nothing can penetrate the power of their love as they form a protective barricade to ensure that you're kept safe and sound. And I really think this is such an important practice to envision before we go to sleep at night, seeing and building your own protective boundary just like that. Whatever that has inspired and hearing those words within you, a vision of that, build it. Let it be beautiful. Let it be intricate. Create it with artistic design, or let it be whatever resonates with you, to really make it your own. And make sure it's a practice at night. To see it around your home or space or your bedroom, whatever, your apartment, your land, whatever you have a direct connect and vicinity to, and whoever lives within your direct vicinity, be it partner, children, pets even. I think this is such an important practice, spiritually, energetically, and also I'll say for the cards, I wanted to also note these cards as I start to work more and more with them, and I have to check how long I've been doing these readings for now, every Friday. I think it might be 2-3 years, coming on 3 years now. I'm not quite sure, but I'm getting to know these cards a lot more, or coming to know them in my own working more. And with that, having these different specific saints to work with versus having cards that are guardian angel cards, like this week's card is a guardian angel card, I really am deeply starting to listen to the guidance of the guardian angel difference. When we see these cards, the working really is telling us that we have within us right now the keys, the foundation, the knowing points that will come and are necessary for this week to come in the lessons that we're meant to work with, that we're meant to be guided through, that have been mentioned, here, and that whatever sparks you, I was almost going to come back and read, what's called out to me, but I hate to taint whatever has been called out to you and whatever you heard, because those things that ping with you and call out your curiosities and align with your specific walk up to why you feel heaven is watching over you, what you feel rest assured about, what you feel comforted and guided towards, that is it. So know it and go with it, and know that you are the point of reference this week, that you have the ultimate strength and steadiness at hand to do these exercises by yourself. Versus sometimes when we see these sort of external figures and saints expressed with cards, I really feel, want us to know there's an external reference or point to be looked at or to be gained outside in the workings through the week. But this week, know that we have the points within us. Know that, and it's such a beautiful card because it's so inner focused and it's so self-focused. And what I'll be focusing on to ignite these child unconditional love, knowing of being cared for and nurtured, feeling deep connect between Mother Earth, myself, and the celestial Father, Son, the great Logos. This beautiful triad that it is metaphysical and physical versions and parallels, workings, concepts, realities, and physicalities too, right? So, as always, hope it's inspired with you. Love to hear your inner resonances. Leave comments if you want others to read them, please. It's always wonderful to lift spirits and let other people hear and see that like-mindedness is surrounding them, for encouragement. And if not, that's okay too. Feel free to send me emails as always. I love to read emails too. And if anything, better yet, keep it to yourself. Take it out into your world. Share it with your loved ones in your direct world. Be of good service. And I'll see you next Friday.